like, comment, share, subscribe.
Welcome to FLATLIFETV, where we connect music, streets, and culture. Today we got a special guest. Want to introduce yourself?
My name is Douglas. I'm from North Lafayette. I run a nonprofit, co-founder of a nonprofit on the north side of Lafayette, where we host Juneteenth and back to school, trying to edify the kids on the north side.
Correct. Where you from? Where you from in Lafayette, and how would you describe growing up?
I'm from the Fighting Good area that's adjacent to the Four Corners. Growing up there was typically like any other neighborhood in the Lafayette North Side area. It didn't comprise of much gun violence as we experience it now, but more or less communities coming together where we respect elderly people.
Correct. What pushed you into being outspoken on community issues?
Somebody has to say something. Remaining silent is not conducive to being a change agent. So somebody has to say something, even if it means saying something that makes other people uncomfortable.
Okay. What's your connection in the neighborhood? You feel that they gravitate to you?
I have a few people that might believe in me. I connect with a lot of people from the north side. So they know my stance. Have always been engaged in the political process.
All right. You've been vocal on Facebook about the Pika situation. Give us your raw perspective. What's the heart of the problem?
The heart of the problem is, I think, the black community has become stagnant, and we're passive. The real issue is Northside have no real progressive leadership. The politicians' hands are tied because they're not going to say anything. They don't want to offend the white power structure that ultimately pulls the strings and has the purse strings, right? So now we know with this situation that we can't rely on them because nobody has spoken up yet. Trayford Pellerin, God rest his soul, to me, only got traction because it was on the heels of George Floyd, and it was just a national thing to do. The circumstances that surrounded Trayford's demise kind of coincide with Pika's situation. So we should stand up for that also. Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And it's a huge injustice on not only their part, but our part for not standing up.
All right. In your opinion, what immediate steps should the community take to see justice in this case?
We should fight back, demand that police footage be readily available within 72 hours. In this case, it pretty much don't apply, but we should be at the DA's office asking about the manslaughter charge and evidence that supported differently. We should ask for a different charge.
Right. Some people feel the system is built to delay or water down accountability. How do we as a community prevent this case from just being swept under the rug?
We say something. Like I said, our elected officials aren't progressive enough. Listen, we do get some monuments. We got the library, right?
Correct.
But what good is that monument if black people are being shot on the very parking lot of it? We need, the politicians today were left a mantle by the politicians before, like the Honorable Wilford Pierre, Mr. Merv Harmon, the first African-American police juror in the city. They left a mantle, and these guys aren't following it. Although they have some wins, like the library and certain other wins, they're not speaking up against police injustice. To me, Lafayette has a need for a citizens review board over police practice we hadn't got that yet. Right now, we have the Civil Service Board that comprised mainly of police officers. If we can't get the Citizens Review Board, we at least need more citizens on the Civil Service Board.
Correct. Do you think Lafayette has the kind of grassroots unity to really apply pressure, or are we still too divided?
No, we don't have it. You know, some people may think that Pika's life was not worth fighting for, but just keep in mind, George Floyd's life wasn't worth fighting for either. He suffered from addiction. Same with Michael Brown, who probably was a nuisance in the community, but people fought up for him. They didn't let the fight go. That's why we must fight and make sure that this injustice is turned into justice.
Correct. Do you feel like black leaders in Lafayette are doing everything in their power to protect the community from situations like this?
I think the black leaders are taking nice pictures with their white counterparts. They're taking campaign money, again, from the nucleus of the problem. We have gotten some small gains, like I mentioned, the library, but not really nothing big. I mean, we can't celebrate a big win.
All right. What do you think leaders could be doing differently to make a real change?
Engaging with the community, once a month dialogue, asking us what we need, not just around election with empty promise and delivering empty promises.
All right. What kind of leadership style do you think Lafayette needs right now? Radical, diplomatic, or something in between?
That question is like, when you get a mixed trail with peanuts, M&Ms, you kind of need all of it, because that's going to be the catalyst for change. We don't want anybody too radical. We need somebody with diplomatic style also. So if we can have an embodiment of all that, which you just described, I think we're primed for a win.
All right. How do you think Lafayette's history of racial tension plays into what we're seeing today?
The old adage, the more things change, the more they stay the same. There have been some change, but things are still the same, primarily for the north side.
All right. Do you think the younger voices are being heard in this fight for justice, or are they being shut down?
Most likely, probably being shut down by the old guard that's been there, just not wanting to pass that baton. We see it every day.
All right. What's one thing the city as a whole misunderstands about the black community struggle?
The former mayor of Lafayette, Mayor Joey Durrell, did a bus ride so he can see some of the issues that plague the north side. Joey probably grew up on a different side of the track than us. We need them to come and see. Maybe they don't see blight property. Maybe they don't see some of the problems that the community faces. They need to come. Our black leaders need to take them here, not just for photo opportunities.
And in your view, how do media and social media play into shaping or misshaping Lafayette?
Social media is a wonderful tool. It gives everybody a platform. The microphone is very powerful. What you're doing here is very powerful, where we can convey our message and our tone. So I like social media. The news kind of sensationalized stuff. So far as the north side, they always point out some of the bad stuff. They have yet to do a story on you. This is something good that you're doing. But if it's such and such selling drugs or it's gun violence, they heavy on that.
Right. What's your favorite thing about Lafayette?
I like the food, the culture. I travel all over the United States for work. So the food definitely is good here. The festivals that we host, Mardi Gras, is a big catch. So there are some good positive stuff about it.
Somebody coming to Lafayette for the first time, where you would bring them?
Good question, Lawrence, get some turkey wings.
All right. What do you want to see happen in the next 6 months regarding to people?
The next 6 months, we should have a full investigation. We should be able to cipher who's wrong and who's right in the situation. And we should have full transparency. We should have one of our leaders advocating for, and it doesn't apply in this case because he was an ex-officer, but we should have one of our leaders advocating for a citizens review board over police practice, where citizens can have some skin in the game and they can review police misconduct.
Correct. What policies, protections, or reforms do you think Lafayette should demand right now?
For one, like I said prior, the Citizens Review Board is a step in the right direction.
Correct. How do we build real accountability, not just with police, but across all citizens?
We should become informed how we vote. We can't vote for the popular man. We can't vote for the man that give us more red beans and rice and beer. We have to hold them accountable. We have to listen to their platform and vote wisely. Don't vote for them because, you hang in the hood during the election. Vote for him because we know his heart. And we need to hold him accountable.
All right. If you could rally the entire Lafayette community behind one cause, what would it be?
Behind a north side clause, or
This civic.
the police chief position needs to be an elected position. The mayor shouldn't, we've never had an African American police. Well, we had an African American police chief that was briefly in office, but that should be an elected position.
Correct. Okay. Let's see. A lot of people in Lafayette feel like nothing will ever change. What would you say to someone who's lost hope in the fight for justice?
Things change when you vote, believe it or not. The African American vote is usually low if there's not an African American president on the ballot, or if there's no issues that we feel have a direct impact on us. We don't vote. That's a huge misconception. We should be voting in high numbers.
Right. If you had the mayor, city council, and police chief all sitting across from you right now, what would be your direct message to them?
Lafayette is not just the south side. Lafayette is the north side also.
Correct. For the last question, what's your personal message to Lafayette?
Personal message to Lafayette, that's a good one. In regards to you citizens of color, we need more. And this is not just for the white elected officials. These are the African American elected officials that we vote in. We need more than monuments. We need more than libraries. Like I said earlier, if we're getting shot and killed on the library property, then that library defeats the purpose. We need more criminal justice reform, stuff to that nature. The United States Louisiana has one of the highest incarceration rates in the country. We need to change that. We need more rehabilitative programs under this administration where we're getting less, but that's on a state level. But, here in Lafayette, we're grappling with the new jail situation. We should be seeking rehabilitation versus fixing a new jail or putting together a new jail.
And I thank you, Doug.
Appreciate you, man, anytime.
All right.
Like, comment, share, subscribe.